Okay. Okay, so let's start. Um, so this is the editor, and you can select rooms up here and your theme here. Um, one second, let me see if this is up to date. It looks like it's not. So I need to grab the most up to date project. So go to my branch. Should be able to. Yeah, right here is 4 commits behind. I actually don't know how to sync it. All right. I'll just make a new branch. Base it off of the main, which is live. And then I can check out the, one sec. Okay, so now I can check out the project. I'll have to fetch. Okay, so this says that there are changes because I pulled in the new project. And we can see and make sure that it is. Okay, yeah, so this has all of Duck's new stuff. So this should be a good place to start. Okay, so this is the editor. And so this is how you change the rooms and the theme. You can also create new themes and stuff up there, but that's not really very important for right now. This question mark icon is really helpful for showing you the keybinds for all of the most common, well, the most common things that you'll have to be doing are all set to keybinds, which is very helpful. And then up here are the palettes that you can use, or that we are currently using for a given room. So we've converted from 3-bit per pixel palettes to 4-bit per pixel palettes and done some Tetris and rearrangement to make it so that all of these can fit here. Give me 1 second. Oops. Let's see. Some music. And let's see. Okay. Should be good. Okay. So these are the different palettes that we are using in this room. And I think we will have 12 palettes maximum, but we need to be able to switch between rooms. So we really don't want to use more than 9 half palettes. So this is 4, 5, 6, because these two can combine because they can share the dark. Oh, 1 sec. Let's turn up the music a little bit. Okay, so on a given palette row, we can click on them and see which tiles are being used. So it definitely takes some getting used to the tiles to know what's what, but in general, this is mostly like the grass and the rocks. And this is the yellow grass with a little bit of rocks, and this is like the dirt. The water. And then I believe these first two rows are the connection between swamp and shallow water. And this last row is it's mostly custom tiles, but they were copied from, let's see if I can find it. Oh, actually, it's this room. In the vanilla theme. No, it's the room below this. Right here. So those are where the dirt connects to the water. So you can see as I changed the room and the theme, the number of palettes being used has changed. But yeah, you can see the different tiles in each category. So this is mostly like the common blocks like that you'll pick up, signposts and pegs. A duplicate set of those that are on yellow grass, because those don't normally appear on yellow grass, and rocks on yellow grass. And then I don't recall what this is. Probably some sort of cocorico bushes or something. Okay. You can also, if the tiles that you want are not in this room already, you can just select another palette and then paste that tile here. And now it will be in here, and you can get all these tiles. Don't really want to edit the base theme, and I don't know what this is. It's probably not something that's used in more than 1 or 2 rooms. But yeah, so I've mostly been working on the desert, and looks like I haven't done this room. I haven't done Link's house, so I might actually just start here. Show you what the process for retiling a room would look like. So on the right, you can see all the tiles. These are the base themes. Okay, so I can have this pane switch with another room by pressing A, or go back to the tiles by pressing T. But I want to find a room that I've already done to replace these trees. These trees are not in the desert theme at all. Here, I can pull up the desert real quick. So this is just an in-game map. So, no trees. So I'm trying to copy this theme and place it, or retile the rooms like the desert. So some things that you notice are these rocks and this rock are always placed on green everywhere in the game. So we had to make our own tiles to make it so that it could be placed on yellow. But it's still pretty much in theme to try to place it on green when possible. Some other things that you notice are the ledges where you can jump down. They tend to avoid using these little squiggly borders near them as much as possible. You'll see like every other theme, it's just like right up to the border every time. So again, right up to the border. Desert theme tries to avoid that. So I try to do that as much as I can. Sometimes make these little narrow pieces of desert, particularly on the higher ground. And it's okay to add things like cactuses and change the terrain a fair bit. You want to keep it as similar as possible, but I can change it a bit. Particularly when tiling portions of a room that won't really change how you traverse the room is best, because you don't want to make the room different to navigate. Like you don't want to make it harder or easier or things like that. Other things to worry about is how the enemies move. We haven't really done very much of testing with that at all yet, so we'll test that more once we have a ROM that can be actually built. But yeah, so this is the theme that I'm trying to copy, and this is the only room of it, so I don't have a lot of examples. So I'm going to go back to here, and I have already tiled the Haunted Grove. I actually come back to this room a lot because it has lots of different angles and of these mountains that are helpful to copy and paste a lot. So I can right click. Oh, here, let me put on the grid. This is the 16 by 16 grid, which is how everything is built in vanilla, or actually might even. Oh, okay, cool. So this is everything is originally tiled with 16 by 16s, but we are not going to keep that requirement. So let's see, I'm gonna copy this and paste it right here. So you can see like the area in which you are going into a solid collision is going to be about the same, and I didn't delete any of the bushes. So that's good. Let's see, what else do I have here? I actually don't have the diagonal. Oh, I do. Diagonal into flat is right here. So I can copy this. So one thing to note is there are lots of little tiny details. Here I can zoom in. Actually, let me zoom in again. Okay, so on this right panel, these tiles right here have a little bit of yellow at the very bottom of them, whereas this one has brown, because they have dirt here. So I want to make sure that I use the yellow one. So because there is yellow right here and here, it looks like only the middle one is not yellow. So let me change that, and now you can see that's yellow. I can also move this here. So the sand, and most tiles in general, in this theme it's mostly the sand, but there is a very common repeating pattern every 16 by 16. And if I place that off a half a tile, it's going to look really bad. So you have to make sure that you follow what you're doing in your theme. And you can press, I actually don't remember. Is it P? Yeah, you can press P to snap to the 16 by 16. So I can zoom out. I can press P here, and I can just go drag across, and it will place all these for me. I can also select a larger area. Let's go back to the desert. Let's go to it here. It's kind of hard to see for what I'm trying to show. So basically every theme has dirt walkways all over the place. The desert does not. So I mostly don't keep those. I'm not going to try to recreate like art like this. That's more of like this room's theme. You can see duck actually converted to water, which is pretty cool. So it's kind of a balance for retiling of what is based on the theme and what is based on the room. So it's more like a room thing. Anyways, that was a little bit of a tangent. Let's go back to Link's house. Grab some tiles so I can copy the bush, make that yellow. Copy some sand. I tend to just kind of jump around a lot of what I'm working on in the room. So hopefully that's not too distracting. So I'm not going to try to follow this tree line exactly. Like I'm not going to go exactly here and then jet over and then back and forth. The trees tend to have a much more jagged connection, whereas the rock walls don't jet back and forth as frequently. So I actually, this area to walk through is maybe a little constricted. So I'm actually going to move this up a tile. Okay. And these are actually never, well, they should never be connected at right angles, only like vertical, then diagonal, then horizontal. I think there's only like one room, the East Palace, that does that. So now I need diagonal. Let's go back to the, oh, where is it? Haunted Grove. This is my go-to room. So here's a flat 2 diagonals. Let's take that. I think I might move it right here. And now I need diagonal to vertical. Probably right there is fine. And then something like this again. All right, there looks good. This is actually pretty narrow. Let's see if I can shift it over a tile. Looks good. So you'll notice that this tile has a little thing in its corner. So I'll put that. I'm actually not sure if that's right. Yeah, it is. There and here. Now this one, let's be more like this. And you see when I start copying and pasting a lot, I get these rocks tend to be repetitive. So even those out a little bit. I like this one sometimes. There's a fourth one. So there's this kind, this kind, this kind, and this one right here. I'm not going to use that one, but that's the fourth one. And you can, it's not a big deal if you want to work on the 8x8s as well. You could like make your own. That's fine. I haven't really been doing that, but that's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to work on this shadow. So actually I'm probably going to have dirt right here. So I'm just going to take this whole corner. Cool. And I can take these two, put them over here. So another thing that you can do is copy a tile and flip it with H for a horizontal flip or V for a vertical flip. Let's see. Okay, so that worked, flipping it. But now let's say I want to flip this tile. So those light up red, and the reason for that is because those tiles do not exist in the horizontally flipped variant. So if I go to the tile set, here, let's select back on our 8x8s. If I look at this top right tile, H flippable, no. So that means, is the tile designed to be horizontally flipped? And that's mostly just a feature of the editor. It doesn't actually have any in-game application. So I could just change this to yes, and it would go away. I don't want to do that because this tile is not supposed to be flipped. And it's red. It's just to tell you that you might have made a mistake. So I'm going to actually copy this here, paste it there, and this here, and paste it there. So sometimes vanilla does have some tiles that are kind of surprising that they aren't flipped. So like I'm gonna copy this tile over here. So this tile, even though it's just like, let's look at the tile of it. So it's just like very simple. That is not the tile that goes there. Instead, it is this one. So looks very, very similar, but that's the one that it wants. So okay. Let's keep going. Get some sand in here. So I'm avoiding all of the tiles with shadows because I'm pasting in 16 by 16s instead of 8 by 8s right now. Okay, what do we got? Let's do this corner. Yeah, let's do it a little smaller. I think that's right. Yeah. And then again, this has the yellow on it instead of the green. The brown's a little harder to tell. This tile is not the correct tile. You can see there's a different one for that. It'll be up here. Let's grab this. Okay, so that's looking good so far. So now I gotta find days somewhere. I think I have that in Sanctuary Pond. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this room is actually going pretty fast. This connection you can see is a little weird. That's actually how it looks in vanilla though, so that's okay. It's okay to fix things from vanilla as well, but that would require making new tiles, which for something like that, it's probably not worth it. And it doesn't look really that bad. But sometimes I do make new tiles if it looks bad, even if it's a vanilla thing. But not very often. Okay, so I'll just do the little corner just in case. So this is basically a low cliff, and so is this. So it has this smaller shadow, but down here this is a taller cliff. You can see the difference, low and tall, and it's got the big shadow versus the small shadow. So I've got to find a room that has that. And the very bottom of the game actually has a lot of tall mountains. I usually just go there. Oh, this one has low and tall, so that's grabbed too much. Cool. I think this is the same as this. Yeah, that looks right to me. Got that. Okay, so now I need this tall mountain. So that is the main part of it. And it's like that's what I need. Cool. Okay, so I tend to hesitate to flip tiles like this. I know I just did up here. I'm actually gonna replace it. This one was the original, so I'll grab that one. It's because sometimes it's hard to tell if a tile is actually a flipped tile, but I guess if it's wrong, it's probably not very noticeable, so I don't know. I tend to be careful just in case. Cool, so we can zoom out. Oh, wrong way. So it definitely looks like it's starting to be a desert, which is cool. We can look at the house before it, or the room before it, and this is how I connected it. So I kind of want to do the same thing. I'm just gonna copy that whole row, just to make sure that I put it in the exact same spot. Cool. Seems good. Another thing in the vanilla, let me pull up the full game again. The transitions between sand and so it always goes yellow and then brown and then green. They tend to make those transitions close to the bottom of these things, like ramps, I guess you could call them. So that's a pretty common theme. Let's see, there's like here, bottom. I'm not super consistent with that, but part of the reason is because they just don't have these tile. Here, let me show you. Let's see. What's this room? So if you transitioned here, you would need like to do these squigglies, and it just tends to not work out very easily, unless you're working with 8x8s, in which case it's not that big of a deal. So it's okay to deviate from like vanilla for that and do squigglies like in the middle or whatever you need. But I actually need this, so let's take that. Let's take both sides. Okay, so I talked about rocks. I think I talked about them, but usually they are on green, and I sometimes try to keep them on green. So I actually might try to make this ledge have some green right here. And maybe in the whole front of this house, I'm not sure. Let's grab the house and see what it will look like. So I have some roofs that I've made for Kakariko. Sometimes this list is difficult for me to find what I'm looking for. So I need one that's a little bigger. Bigger. I think one of these is bigger. Oh, this one. Okay, so this is the roof I'm gonna take. Let's see what it looks like on there. Maybe. There's also these wooden roofs that I've used. So that is another option. Oh, that's way too big. Okay, so I'm actually not sure which roof I'm gonna keep yet, so let's keep tiling and see where we end up. Also not sure if I want this to be desert green or brown up here, so I don't think the green will extend all the way up here, so I could. So those little squigglies, they have a really hard time intersecting shadows. So if I wanted like this bush to be green, I would have to have this whole wall be green, which I don't think I want. So I'm gonna make the bush yellow. So the next question is if I really want these rocks to be green. So here, I can show you an example. I have like green patches sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Like in vanilla, these signposts are always on green. And they're not going to be always here because it would have just caused too many problems with these walkways that I've made in Kakariko, so I didn't want that. So I would have to change from green to brown to yellow in that short of a distance, which is going to look awkward and it's not really going to be very reasonable, so I'm at least going to do those yellow. Okay, let's go back to Kakariko. Honestly, I might move this over a little bit. We'll see. Just want to keep those tiles so I don't lose them. But let's... I want to try to keep the brown near the edge if I can. This is going to need to be yellow near the edge, or I would have to make new rocks that are on brown, which I'm not really interested in. So there are these little squigglies that are horizontal and repeat like this, but they're actually slightly different if they're next to a rock, I think. Let's see. Yeah, you can see the difference, right? Watch, I'm gonna undo and redo. So that's a little annoying, but it's not a huge deal if that's done incorrectly as well, I would say, probably. I'm gonna go at least one more. I don't like the rocks to always have like the squigglies right next to them. Looks like they were constraining you too much, and I don't really want it to look like they were constrained. It also wouldn't be the end of the world if I deleted the rocks, but I'm not going to do that. I try not to do that. And I only done that a couple times. I think this is the same tile. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go, I don't know, do something here. I don't want to have like, so right here you can see this is like a really long straight line, and that's okay for these paths, which I did mention earlier that these paths aren't a desert thing, but I did keep them for Kakariko. Anyways, so if I wanted to do something like this, or even keep it further away from the wall, like this, it's just kind of repetitive and I don't like it. So I'm gonna try to use these things. The opposite direction kind though. This is light yellow on the left. Not finding one, so I'm gonna make my own, but they're kind of annoying to work with. Let's do it again. Maybe twice. That doesn't look very good. Let's see. It's this one. No, that goes there. This is not quite right. So I'm gonna have to build a few more pieces before I can figure out why. I know which tile I need. This one. Oh, I have an idea. I'm not putting the sand tiles in yet because these might be shifting, and these are a little annoying to work with because they have to be, like, the top left one is always this every tile. So if I shift it by 8 pixels, then I'd have to redo them. So I'm not going to do that yet. There's a little thing like this I could grab. Make it look a little more organic. Okay. So we haven't really talked about these brown tiles. So I haven't edited up here. You can see that sometimes they have like a lot of the exact same orientation in a row. And they tend to do that near the edges. You can see all the edge is actually all the exact same one. And then the interior, they usually alternate. So like, it's like this, and then it's the reflected version. And then the original, and then a reflected, original, reflected. And you can see like the rocks throw it off sometimes, and it's not consistent between rooms. And they're kind of a pain. So I'm not actually very particular about them. It's probably something we will want to standardize or refine later, but it's honestly kind of a lot of work and not really very noticeable, so I'm not really worrying about that very much yet. Okay, let's see. I want to avoid this corner. I got one more. What's after that? These two, these three. Oh wow, that one's not reflectable. This sand tile that I just placed is wrong. I actually will need to double check all the sands because they're easy to get off what they're supposed to be. That's the thick kind. I need the thinner one. So there's two different kinds of these squigglies. There's the standard kind, which are all like, so these are like vertical, and this is its counterpart. And then there's this one, which is commonly paired. These three, is this it? No. It's kind of interesting. I don't know, I'm finding one. Like this. So this is like a 45-degree angle, and it's usually like this piece, and then a little corner, and that piece again, and a corner, and it can repeat. And then there's the horizontal kind. So those are by far the easiest ways to tile. Like, you can just use these diagonals and horizontals and verticals everywhere, And it usually looks okay in as pathways. Let me show you Link's house on the base theme. So vertical, diagonal. It's more diagonal up here. But these sections are harder to tile with, but they definitely add a lot more character and variety. And they're much more important in the desert theme, but they're good to throw in everywhere. They're just a little harder to work with. You can see like very commonly like vertical 45, 45, vertical 45. Like these I tend to try to use these a lot more because I don't like the repetition. But yeah. Okay. So where were we? These styles could go. It took me a lot of practice to figure out how to get these to even connect decently well. They are a pain. Okay, now I'm fine doing some horizontal. And I'll grab this. Oh, that's fine. Just put that there so I don't accidentally overlook it and think it was already been tiled. Actually, I'm going to do that here too, because I'm not sure if I did those correctly. Oops. These fences are also never on yellow. I think it's okay to add them on the yellow grass themes. Like, let me show you a yellow grass theme. So this is like the yellow grass. I think it would be fine if the fence posts were here. This looks like, I don't know, just like dead grass. But on the desert, I don't think they look good. So I would not want to put them there. For a lot of tiles, the desert and the yellow use actually the same 8x8s. So you'll see like this, since this every one of these is like has part of the little squigglies on them, there won't actually be any sand color on it, the brighter color. Okay. Cool. So let's do some of this. Just yeah. Let's just looking for. This one I did a little weird, so I'm not going to copy that one. That section was actually really hard to tile. That's what I want. So this is all like I talked about in the brown, it's all repeating a lot. And they actually do that in vanilla fairly often. Don't necessarily need to do that though. I can have it alternate. It'll look a little bit better maybe. But this is the thing I was saying that I don't usually worry about. So it was probably just fine how it was. Okay, now I need this corner. Let's go to my favorite room. Haunted Grove. I don't know the names of rooms very well, and a lot of them I just made up. So it's still a little difficult for me to find a room sometimes. That's okay. Yeah, so it's coming along. So just trying to decide if these rocks have to be on yellow or if I should put them on green. I think it's going to be too restricted to put it on green still, so I'll just put them on yellow. Which is unfortunate because I wanted to have a little bit of green in this room, but that's fine. So I'm happy with these so far, so I'm going to start putting in some of the sand. So you can see these are on the right half of a tile, because this is of a 16 by 16. So I have to grab some in the same spots, or else it will look funny. So this is the bottom. P to do full 16s. I'm actually gonna just do that and then re-grab the corner. Cool. Oh, one more. So I think I need to connect some sand to these bushes. Let's see. Should I go too high? Oh, sir, flipped incorrectly. That one fits. Same tile. Maybe yellow on top. It's kind of going too far up, which I'm not really happy about. Might shift it over one. Top right goes there. Top left, top right. Let's grab this. I don't know if that one can be vertical flipped. Looks like yes. Trying to add some like erosion here. Looks like it's barely gonna fit. I thought it was maybe going a little too large. Okay, yeah, that's looking fine. Okay, let's find that tile. I'm not sure which one it is. Where is it used in vanilla? Right here. That is... this one. I don't know which tiles I need. I'll just grab that one. It looks like it alternates. That one and that one are the same. So I know I don't need this much. Actually, maybe I did. Oh, perfect. I need the sand. Okay, this is starting to come together. I like this. Oops. You can't place rocks and anything that you can interact with. Grass, those little hammer pegs. You can't place any of those off of a 16 by 16 or it'll be just too much of a pain to get it to work. Okay, so next I need to surround this bush. Can I use this? Maybe? I don't think I want to. That'll be fine. Whatever. I need a higher slope. Maybe I can do some of this now. No. Can't figure out how to do this one. Oh, it's gonna go down. Maybe that's okay? Maybe? Not sure. Okay, this is okay. Alright, that looks fine. Okay, let me do a look at all the sand, make sure I didn't get any of these off. Nothing glaring, at least. I think they're all right. Okay, next. This green. So is this tile? Yeah, okay. So if we look at this tile, this section that's in pure black, that is actually transparent. The background layer of the whole game per screen or area is a solid color. And that color is, if you go through a transition, that color will change to whatever is in the new room. So it will be noticeable if you change the background and it changes between regions. But there's nothing we can really do about that here. So we are going to have to change this background, and we want it to be the same as this dark sand color. So if I look here, 17, 16, 8. There you go. This corner is still a little weird. I guess it's just not done with transparent. It's done with this dark color, probably because it's gonna feed into the shadow. It stands out a little bit, but that's fine. There's errors like that all over. Okay, now I wanted to try the other roof before we call this room done. I think I might keep this one. It's a little more unique. Doesn't necessarily look better, but it is a little more unique, and being a starting location, it might be better to do something a little more interesting, I guess. Let's see what that would say. Yeah, it sounds like a good way to fix the background problem. Sounds like a lot of work. Probably won't be something that's done early in development, I wouldn't expect, but it's good to know that it's not going to be a long-term problem, or a forever problem, I should say. It might be a little bit long. Okay, well, that's how you tile a room. I'm gonna look at some of Duck's rooms. Let me pull up the spreadsheet and see. Okay. So he is the main one I'm going to look at is the desert. He's been working on the swamp. He also did some of the mountain. He ran into some problems with the mountain with having water and guy animated tiles, or maybe it was the palettes. That's actually a lot of the reason why we have this new editor. So you can see this is some of the desert, or the mountain he's done. So, not completely finished with all these rooms, but let's go to the bridge. I think that one looked pretty cool. I think he did that one. This one. Yeah. Okay, but I'm gonna be reviewing this one because the mountain is not necessarily finished. Just wanted to give you guys a little preview of what it looked like. Okay. This looks pretty cool. This tile's wrong. Oh, that's more wrong. I need the green instead of the yellow there. Actually, if I just do 8x8s, and just take these two. I think that fixes it. Sorry. So this is a very weird mountain connection that's not done in almost any rooms. I mean, it's like a vanilla thing, but it's an unusual one. So you can see like there are weird things that are in vanilla all over the place, actually. I'm not gonna try to fix things like that, of course. But I think this looks pretty cool. I really like these mossy bricks that they use. What's the width in vanilla? So it looks like it's a 1 tile. Now it's 2 tiles. I don't think Link can glitch past that green rock with that. This guy? No, I think it should be fine. I don't really know how glitches work in this game very much yet. So I think that will be okay being a little wider. But that's something we can think about later. Yeah, I think this is looking really nice. It looks like there are a lot of these added, which base doesn't really have. I think that's fine. I like this rock. These rocks are only used in the Swamp theme, so I like them being used. Yeah, I like this theme a lot. I think it looks really cool. I still thought this was a really clever way to pull this theme, this guy in. Let me look at this. I don't know if vanilla does this. Let me look at a vanilla room. See, they can connect these together, but I don't think it usually has a flat face. Let's go to the next room that's vanilla. Oh, it's a little jank, but maybe that's okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna change that tile. I'll show you. So this one, it's my problem tile. I'm just gonna throw that in there. Close that off a little bit. Is this vanilla? Yes. Not gonna worry about that then. Well, this seems really cool to me. I want to see what palettes they're using. Okay, not very many, just 5 half palettes. This tile looks wrong. Let's see what vanilla does. Oh, that's small enough I can put it on the side panel. Okay. Looks like... Okay, yeah, vanilla has... There was one error there, but looks like all the rest of them were just oddities with how vanilla tiles them. Like you can see if I turn off the grid lines, there's like some pretty jagged lines, but what's vanilla? Cool, I think this room looks really good. I wonder if... Just want to look at how they did this. I wonder if something like this would fit better here. I think I'm gonna do that. I do also wonder about these stairs, if you come into them from the side. I just want to see what it will look like if I shift this down. I think I like that a little more. Gives it a little more variety as well. I don't know. I'm mostly just worried about the coming from the side of the stairs. I actually might be able to do something halfway in between if we just do 8x8s. Alright, No, I like it. I like it better long. What does base look like here? Oh, these are rocks. That should be fine. That should be fine. I like that. Okay, cool. I think this room is good to go. Let's see the next room. So I don't think the swamp has pathways. Oh, oh wait. Oh. I don't know if I'd really call that a pathway, but it does have this stuff, which the thing I'm trying to compare that to is let me show you. It's the room right above it. This one. This thing. So this is a pathway, but this is actually not swamp theme. So let's see what he did here. Yeah, he changed it a bit. So it looks like there are no walkways, really. The closest there is this. Actually, let's check the bridge. So this is kind of swamp theme here, and these. Oh, maybe it's not too much of a stretch to say that it does have walkways. This I don't think is really swamp theme. It's really hard to tell because there's not a good distinction between swamp and not swamp. Let's see. Barriers blocking the dungeon entrance. Which dungeon? The desert? Oh, he's talking about these green rocks, I think. Are you talking about the green rocks? Okay. Yeah, they could definitely be redone. I have used them in one room in the desert theme. So, it's definitely something that could be changed. Let's see. I think I was... Okay. So this walkway is fine. I would say it can also be deleted. This I don't like. Okay. I think this room looks fine. The pathway could be deleted or kept, I guess. This is very square. I wonder if we can do something to make it a little less symmetric. Okay. I don't think anything in here's really changed. Looks fine. I'm not seeing any errors, so seems good. This room's probably pretty much exactly vanilla. This might be the last room that I review right now. I don't know, maybe I'll do a couple more. What's base look like? Interesting, okay. This is a lot of flowers. Looks a little more like the green theme. I think the swamp is a little more organic looking. I might... Let's see. Same with up here. I don't know, maybe I'm changing this more than I need to. Let's put that back. A little bit of flowers. I'm gonna try to make a little grass patch over here. It looks like a little car. I don't want that. Honestly, I might just do that. It's looks okay. You can change that if he wants as well. I think I'm gonna use a little more grass, a little bit fewer flowers. Flowers are pretty uncommon in this theme, I think. Oh, what? It's hard to know how many flowers to keep. I don't want to overdo it. Oh, this fence post, I think I messed it up. Oh, yeah. Definitely messed that up. Whoops. Is that how it's done in vanilla? Interesting. So you can see this is vanilla. It's the same as swamp, but surprised that this isn't. Oh, they probably just didn't want to use that tile. We could add it. Oops. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Oh, I like the flowers here. This is interesting. I see. I think I would probably just keep this all green. I mean, it could stay as well, but I don't know. Might be better to just make it green. Let me just quickly see what it looks like. Oops. I think I like this a little more. Definitely be tweaked. Are these bushes vanilla? Yes. I really like this in general. These look really cool. It's interesting that he's doing this on a border though, on like a area transition. I wonder if he's also making it continue from this room. It looks like he is, so that's good. Cool. Eventually, when we were randomizing the rooms, the area next to the transition will probably be more boring, a lot less of like stuff like this going on, because it just makes it a lot more complicated to dynamically make it connect well. But that's fine. That's definitely a future. That's still quite a ways off. I really like these being pushed up against the wall there. Looks nice. Could add some more tall grass. Honestly, you could just do something like this and make it symmetric, but I don't know, maybe it looks funny. Could put a whole patch of it. Cool. I think this room looks good. I don't see any tiling errors. I wasn't looking super closely. I think that's a vanilla error. Yeah, it means that there's probably not a very good tile to fix that. You can see both of those look a little funny, but that's fine. Same here. That one I know this is a vanilla connection because I was struggling with that part. When I was doing the desert theme. Cool. I don't see any errors. It looks good. Oh, what about these? Are these actually used in the swamp? Probably should be used sparingly. I feel like this does look fairly green, like the green theme. I think he did a cool one in Ice Cave. Let me see if I can find that. It's gotta be so small. What is going on? Ah. There we go. I wonder if I can make it a little less symmetric. And I don't have to keep it on the 8x8 grid, I don't think. Put that. I think I might keep that. Get rid of some of the fence. Just because I feel like the fence is a little too much like the green theme. Honestly, might actually move this up a little too. What does space look like? I'm gonna do another one. I'm actually debating just getting rid of this fence right here and keeping this one because it's near the signpost. That would make more. Oh, that would be totally fine. What about Sanctuary Bond? I think I might have it. Yeah. Hey, that's okay. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Now this walkway is kind of walking into a boulder, which is maybe a little silly. I think it might delete it, honestly. Don't like how that doesn't connect properly. It's from vanilla, obviously, but I don't like it. So let's remove it. I don't know if this needs to be moved over one too. Let's see. No, it doesn't. Okay. This fence is fine. I'm keeping the fence there. I'm not as skilled with making these deep grasses as Duck is. Maybe he'll refine some of the ones I've made. That would be great. Like, this looks really nice. I like this. When the boulder's gone. Yeah, it'll still look fine. Okay. Okay. This is also kind of unnecessary. It could be flushed out and just put all grass. This one is wrong. Is that a vanilla error? Yeah, it is. Hop into the water should be fine because I kept it in the same spot as where the fence was. Oh, no, I didn't. I don't know if I can edit it on a corner. It would definitely need to be tested to see if you could still see the item. I thought you could hop off from over here, but can I move this down? I honestly don't know if I can. Actually, I probably can. I should totally be able to. Let's see. The ice cave. Let's go back there. This is what they do. I think that's gonna work just fine here. I don't know if this is a tile I can flip. Wait. I'm a little confused. Grab this. Flip it. Huh? Huh? Let me look at my map. So I'm trying to see if these ever have a good end on a corner. Maybe that is something I can look at. I'd rather have something a little more exact. See, it ends on a flat. This is one to look at. Doesn't look like it ends on a diagonal very often. Let's see, flat. Looks like they try to shift it right before they end. So maybe that tile doesn't exist. But still not convinced. I'll look at this example too. I am not seeing the exact thing that I want, but Okay, let's see what we got. Can't remember where it was. Oh, it's right here. Is this vanilla? That looks messed up. Vanilla. Not surprising. How far in do I need to go? At least a full tile, maybe a tile and a half. Oh, from here. So I need to go 2 tiles over. Yeah, that does seem like a problem. What if I grab... I need a flat piece. Where can I find that piece I'm looking for? Not there. Oops. Here. Is that the same? No, it's slightly different. Maybe I could do something like that. It doesn't look perfect. But it also doesn't look horrible. Trying to see how far I need to go. Keep losing my place. I think this looks about the right distance that I want to go. Maybe that's good enough. Yeah, we could look at it later. I think this doesn't look too bad. So maybe this is okay to just do it like this. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. I kind of want to connect these. Put a big patch of deep grass right here. I think I am going to. It'll feel a little more swampy. I actually haven't been looking for all mountains next to green. Actually, there's probably some in the east. No, east house is on yellow. Let me pull up my map. 'Cause here's some. It's the opposite angle, which is probably fine. Here's some. I'll do that. library? Oops, wrong one. I'll just take it while I'm here. Should have opened it up in my small panel though. So I always have such a hard time finding where I was. There we go. Okay. I really liked what he did in the top northeast side of Lake Hylia. So let me find that. There it is. This. I really liked this. Probably don't want deep grass next to that shadow. Well, that throws a wrench in everything. And I messed up this tile. Don't know if these are reflectable. Let's see. I need to figure that out before I keep going. 11B. That was this one, I believe. What about this one? Not reflectable. Okay. Well, good. I haven't been reflecting them. Oops. I don't love this. But I really liked how you had it against the wall on the other room. I wish there was a way I could do that. But I'm not seeing a way, so. It's a little too similar, especially following that wall there. I don't like it. Maybe I can have it go this way. Maybe this will feel a little less bad. Maybe? Sure. Sure, I'm okay with that. He did it here. It looks fine there. Is there... Not sure how he got away with it looking pretty good where I could not. But that's okay. I think the other room looks fine now. What does vanilla look like? Right. Okay. I think this room looks good. Pretty straightforward. I think this is completely vanilla. This one is definitely not. Let's see what. slab vanilla. Yeah. These rocks have some interesting tiles. They don't necessarily look perfect. They're supposed to be a little more, I don't know. The tiles don't fit together perfectly in vanilla, so that's something to keep in mind. I really like these. The green, how the green connects to the blue, it just looks really nice. Okay, yeah, looks good. Looks very good. This is a vanilla. I don't know if it necessarily needs to be kept like that. It looks fine. It looks a little more like the green theme than the swamp theme. I'm actually, there's that little explodey guy here. I don't know if you walk slower in these, but I wonder if it would be worth like recreating this in deep grass instead. Might be fun. I don't think you walk slower in the deep grass, but if you do, this could easily be reverted. I kind of think this looks a little more like swamp theme. Well, that's the whole two bottom rows of the swamp theme, so maybe that's a good place to stop. This is our spreadsheet to keep track of what has been done and what needs to be done. And so this is the swamp tab, and Duck has claimed some rooms, which has been highlighted in orange. But I just reviewed all of these. So I am going to change them to be green. Cool. Okay, so that is my room and a few edits that I made on his rooms. So we should be able to see that here. This is GitHub desktop. And it's showing us what's been changed. It's not easily readable, as you can see. Red means it's been deleted. Looks like I added tile 3 and 5 a lot, but I don't know. If there's like a very small edit to a room, which room did I edit? Very small. I think the desert area 30. You can see I didn't change very much. So you could actually go and look and see what tile 3 and 4 were if you are wanting to see like what had actually changed. I'm not going to do that. But you can also see the images. So this is on swipe mode, so you can see what's been changed before and after. I honestly don't remember much of what I did, but I do see on the top left, you can see the change. I think there was a change on the rock. Yeah, the bottom left corner of the rock. So that's kind of cool. But I just want to make sure that I am not having files edited that I wouldn't expect. I changed the pond there, or puddle. Yeah. I did change the base theme a little bit here, which is not something that is important, but I did. I don't even remember what it was. Oh, it was I don't know. I think it was like one of these files was questionably wrong. I like how that turned out. No changes found here. I think I just don't need to commit that, but actually not sure about that. But that's probably fine. I can probably commit it. There's no changes to it. So I did the desert of Link's house. I don't know how to delete this message. Don't go there, that's bad. But I don't know how to delete it. Yeah, I have no idea how to delete this message. But, oh well, I guess. I guess I don't need to capitalize this. Okay, so I'm gonna commit these changes. Then I can push them. Okay, so now this is on GitHub. So it was on Desert 2. Usually it says there were detected changes. Yeah, so do a pull request, and you can just click this button. But let's say that doesn't pop up because every once in a while it doesn't. I would just go to pull requests, new pull request. Again, it popped up, but occasionally it doesn't. So I'll just show you guys what to do. And I am trying to go from Desert 2 to main. And I'm actually going to check them again because I don't, well, I can open the pull request. Sure, why not? I'm the only one that's merging things right now, so I would rather review it. Like normally you would review what you're opening a pull request before, and then somebody else would review it before it's merged. But since I am just kind of reviewed it on GitHub Desktop, I'm just going to review it here because I definitely want to review it after the pull request's been opened. It's been doing this for me a lot. Okay, I am going to look at the files individually. Maybe? There we go. Looks fine. I'm a little less particular about this file because it's never been reviewed, so as long as it didn't like accidentally change a palette or something, which we'll see later if that was the case. So looks fine. Next one is Swamp Desert. Okay, this is the way that I did it, so it looks like this is for sure the correct file. No glaring errors. I actually want to see how this connects on the transition there. Okay, looks like it connected it fine. I didn't notice that before. Cool. That's fine, I guess. This is a little interesting too. Could maybe be combined to one set of grass, but Duck can change more things. That's fine. He wants them changed. Oh, I just did the wrong one. Whoops. Yeah. Almost done. Base, I'm just definitely gonna check base, even though I only changed like one dial. I just to make sure. Generally, we don't really change base very much. I don't remember what I changed, but it looks fine. Okay, 2 more rooms. Okay, looks good. And last one. Looks like there were no tiles or palettes edited, which is good. Those are the ones that you have to review the most to be extra careful with. That one looks good. So I'm gonna merge this. Oops, pull request. Cool. So yeah, that's tiling a room, some review of the swamp theme, and how to use GitHub. We're definitely looking for more people to contribute to tiling. So if you have any interest in it, even if you aren't very comfortable with GitHub or things like that, just feel free to come ask for help. We can definitely walk you through the process to help you get started. But yeah, we definitely appreciate any contributions that we can get. And yeah, if this is helpful, I can also do this again in the future. But that is all. All right, have a good day. Bye.